Hey people, Idrit here, 3v3, Typhon Maya, blue team. Klaus Schwab, also known as Overtly generous as an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal, a passive health regeneration aura alongside this fella whose name I can't say or even work out what it translates to. We'll just call them the Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, some Black Legion here. Perhaps someone in the comments can tell us what this means. Hopefully it's not super offensive or something. Alongside them, rounding off this team, is uphighdow3 with a Lord General fighting in ranged combat begins with a retinue of Stormtroopers really strong defense, and support can also add to the retinue. Up against Up High on this southern edge is SchmusOperator as a Mekboy, teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of Orky gadgets alongside them. Badzarely with a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support fighting in melee begins with a refractive shield, can shoot his own fellas in the head. And we have the Deathcore of Krieg DLC recolored Doom Bolts. Rounding off the teams, Zorander with a Ravener Alpha, a tunneling hero, great mobility, powerful offense, and a bit of support begins with a ranged weapon, shooting up some heretics. They put their first tunnel on that northern edge, but these heretics run in, and they stay in way too long, and they wipe. The Chaos Sorcerer's got some more Chaos Space Marines on the way, but they probably will want to replace those heretics. Overtly, I'm sure, is looking for a power bash here. Yep, Flamer on the way already, but they're being chased by sluggers who have burners and double termagants. It could be difficult to get rid of the sluggers and get a power bash here. They may have to wait. Both of the guard players with a sentinel up. Catachan Devils on the way for Badzarely. They do have a heal available here. There it is. But with Hormagaunts coming in, double termagants coming in, you'd have to run. So no power bash first engagement for Overtly generous. Southern contested power is uncapped. We've got double shooters here for SchmusOperator. Those sluggers, as you saw, were helping out in the mid. Warrior Brood on the way for Zorander. Catachan's hitting the field. SchmusOperator with looters on the way. Doom Bolts. Hit one termagant. No sign of the heretics being replaced. They don't actually have enough requisition. They must have been buying gens or something. There's a gen over there that they bought. Scouts have dropped a model. Oh, they tried to reinforce actually. Didn't stay in base long enough. Flamer is up on those packs. That's going to be a great help against those double termagants. They stay blobbed up like that. And look at the damage to the Hormagaunts too. Can they get this power bash? There we go. They got one gen down. That's well played, Zorander. Need that crippling poison. There's the purification vials. Anticipated that those guys were going to retreat, and that was really well placed actually. Got a decent hit on them. Catachan Devils here with their grenade launcher doing some work. These guys can disrupt and counter melee really well. Can also support with a smoke grenade, and they're pretty damn good in melee themselves. Badzarely now with artillery spotters on the way. Up high with heavy weapon squad into spotters. I'm sure this heavy weapon squad is going to attract the Mekboy, as you just saw there. Is going to try and teleport in and tie those guys up. Heavy bolter doing work on this edge. Looters, of course, defending that power back towards the mid though. Catachan's getting low. Shotgun blast the Chaos Sorcerer, and then they run away. Oh, they got the Sword of Flame and Vestments of the Warp. So much for more heretics teleporting in on the Barb Strangler Warrior Brood, which is suppressing those CSM there. Now the Lord Commissar goes running in. Has Aura of Discipline up. Most likely we're going to see the Power Sword, I think, against Chaos Space Marines and Space Marines in the mid. But first, they want some Carapace armor. I mean, maybe they'll wait for a heavy melee weapon in Tier 2. Tunnels all the way up the northern edge, as you can see, which is quite crafty. Oh, Overtly knows about it. At least knows about this one. Gonna go burn it down, I think. But look at this. Setting up a flank in Zorander. Oh, do they know about it? They're just walking past. I don't think they do. They're just getting to this. They're trying to get to this power, I think. But they are getting flanked big time now. Hormagaunts do not have adrenal glands, but they're still a threat. The grenade went in. The vials, I should say. And there was a heal. And they do have a Sanguine Chainsword for brawling. They gave up their purification rights for that grenade. It needs to pay off. They could not possibly retreat there because they would have retreated through all that stuff, so they had to get all the way around and start their retreat. Scouts may be looking for a grenade. Apothecary's used their heal already. Sanguine Chainsaw doing what it can, but it's not enough against this entire army, basically. And down goes the Apothecary. Back towards the southwest. Big fight over this natural power of the red team. More heretics are on the field for the Chaos Sorcerer. They're chasing down a Sentinel, but there's the ground pound, and there's the stomp. CSM are also helping out. Going to grab that VP, at least get a decap there. I don't think this has been hit yet. Oh, maybe. This gen's being rebuilt. So maybe they did. Central contested victory point is turning red, and these Hormagaunts now have adrenal glands. So they're a big threat to those Marines. Can they get a revive? Maybe with Vestments of the Warp they can teleport in and revive that Apothecary. Got the decap, but red team are taking their VP back. Still uphighdow3 is harassing the power. Took down the node, actually. And they have a heavy weapon squad supporting this. Artillery spotters throwing in their smoke there that messes up your range. And they run. Kadachan's also chucked in their grenade launcher, I think, but they teleported. Mekboy gets revived by the Lord Commissar. 407 to 450 on the VPs. Oh no, Overtly scouts are down. I missed it. And they had their sergeant too. Look, there they are. Shot down by old double termagants with toxin sacks and the Ravener Alpha himself, of course. Doing some serious range DPS to those scouts. And they fell. Will they be replaced? Apparently not. Did they have shotguns as well? I don't think they had shotguns. Mekboy with a death gun, doing death gun things, but the Lord General, able to counter with Carapace and stand firm. There's some Orky fire. No upgrades for the shooter boys, eh? Well, one of them's down. Now they have double looters up and that death gun. That's a lot of suppression that the Lord General can kind of negate with stand firm, but they will take a bunch of damage still. Doesn't give you damage resistance, does just suppression immunity. Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines for the Chaos Sorcerer. Double. One of them even has an aspiring champion with that demonic plasma gun. The Sentinel was shot down. Teleporting in is the Sorcerer with the Coruscating Flame on themselves to burn stuff. Pretty effective, actually. Now getting crippling poison. There's a Doombolts. A decent little hit. Wasn't a full one there. They need, what is it, over 60 energy or something to do a full one. Lots of suppression. When these guys are not suppressed, they're going to tear apart those Warrior Brood fellas with the Inferno Bolts. Warrior Brood are heavy infantry and they really don't like that stuff. But they carry back to his feet. Tactical Marines get their sergeant so they could become Stern Guard, but I don't think they will. It doesn't seem to be something overtly favours. Have a Flamer and they're going for Power Bash. We have a Venom Brood. And they have ranged Synapse, so they can't get their Death Splitters up. Could not complete the Power Bash. Sergeant goes down too. Gonna have to repurchase now for 25 power. Weird Boy on the way for SchmusOperator up high with a Manticore on the southern edge. Should be able to hit the central VP from here as well, and can mess with this. Good position for it. Stormtroopers on the way for Badzarely. Double Venom Broods for Zorander, so maybe we will see some Death Splitters. Lord Commissar did indeed get a Power Sword. Such a good weapon. It's only 25 power, I think, as well. Gives you a power melee weapon with some support and disruption built in. And mobility, because you get +2 speed, don't you? Oh, +1 speed. Still bloody good. Heretics with an aspiring champion. Should not have done that Doom Blast, I don't think, but what's done is done. Sorcerer runs away, was harassing the Tyranid range blob. The Tactical Marines are being harassed by the Ravener Alpha, who does have the Synapse aura for damage. Not close enough to buff their Tyranids with it though, and there's the double Mark of Tzeentch CSM just tearing apart that Tyranid heavy infantry. Some Plasma Guardsmen here though, to give them a taste of their own medicine with some Plasma Guns. there's your advanced healing. Librarian on the way for Overtly Generous. That's something you get to see that often. They did not replace their scouts, which is I did not expect as well. We still have a tunnel up here in the northeastern corner. Looks like Schmooz is still defending their power a lot of the time, but now they have a Death Dread to stomp around. I mean, they could get a las cannon here. Could also get melter guns on the Lord General, of course. Derek and Nigel, his Stormtrooper buddies, will also get them. They deserve it. Damn it. Are we, yeah, fully upgraded double CSM for the Chaos Sorcerer, and now they go tier 3. So does Up High. Tech advantage for the blue team, thanks to the power harassment, largely in the southwest down there. But we did see some through here too. And they just got much heavier tier 2s in general on the red team also. Yep, and here's some Death Spitters. 26 Inferno DPS. 318 to 437 on the VPs. Can they power bash? They're sure gonna try it. Venom cannons are very good at power bashing. Might be able to get all of this down actually. Down to the south, this is the contested power, which has been blue for a while, I think. Are they gonna... what are they doing? Maybe they're trying to steal it. Meanwhile, Heretics through the mid, grabbing natural VP of the red team. Well, there's the decap, but they have to retreat through this improvised explosive here. Catachins with some melee. Oh, they used it on the Sorcerer, trying to get them down, where they maybe should have used it on the Heretics. Nice idea, though. 304 to 437. There's tier 3 for Zorander. Librarian's taken some damage already, but does have the staff up. Just a light armies from both Overtly, as expected, but also from the Sorcerer. 120 odd VPs behind, 130 odd. Manticore strikings. Sluggers have their knob leader. They seem to be... okay, they were power bashing. I thought they were stuck in range stance still, but it's because they were burning down gens. Artillery spotters doing some spotter things. And there's your force barrier. Nothing to be affected by it. The players, of course, can't see what we can see. They have their own vision ranges, whereas I can see all. Pathogens here, looking for a flank, but these guys are all in retreat anyway. They do have their Sarge, so they might be that they're trying to hunt down the Manticore, are they? No, they're going for the VP. Catechins are really good at kind of stalking VPs because they can put down an improvised explosive. They can also infiltrate if they're idle for a while. Is Catechins okay? I think they're okay. There's Veil of Time on some Tactical Marines. Tier 3 for Overtly. Everyone's going tier 3 actually. So red team weren't that far behind. Nobody has contested VP, but I think red team are bashing that natural power in the northeast again, because Overtly's all the way over here. Yep, sure are. Red team did steal this power indeed. It is being bashed now by Overtly. Here's your Weird Boy then, does have Warp Head for the Foot of Warp. And that awesome basic attack that you see there. Mekboy teleports in for some suppression. Tactical Marines having to get teleported to safety by the Librarian. That was Gate of Infinity there. They got a full power bash. Well played, Zorander. And they're in tier 3 with a decent chunk of resources too. Chaos Terminators on the field for the Sorcerer. Teleporting in aggressively. With Combi Bolters and Power Fists. Trying to take out those Synapse creatures so that everything gets blown up and falls over. Apothecary going to throw vials at their feet. One way to get rid of some Hormagaunts, isn't it? Also healed himself. Carnifex on the way for Zorander. Was maybe wondering if they were going to go Neurothrope first, because the biggest threat so far is the double CSM and now those Terminators. But I'm sure a big old Carnifex can threaten those guys pretty well too. Well played SchmusOperator here. Gets full bash, maybe even a decap now on that power, and they have Up High locked in base. Up High seems to be saving up for a big super heavy tank. I don't think they actually got the decap. Overtly now with some Terminator trying to finish off the Weird Boy. Storm Bolters might be enough. It is enough. Weird Boy goes down. They go floating off. Eventually they'll die. So really cool animation that they put a lot of effort into. There we go. That would have knocked over and damaged anyone that was close by, but typically nobody's close by. I really think they should make it so that you can control that death spiral and float your Weird Boy around for a bit. That would be awesome, if that's possible. Up High with a Stormlord on the way. Another Weird Boy for SchmusOperator, and they do have flash kits. Stormlord is the anti-infantry super heavy tank. Badzarely though with the Lehman Russ, and if that gets a Vanquisher, oh no it's not, it's getting Executioner, which does make sense up against a bunch of Marines and Terminators. But once they spot that Stormlord, they may wish they had a Vanquisher. 246 to 437. A bunch of Power Fist melee and Sorcerer Fire Sword action on the Lord Commissar, but he gets away. These guys went for the Reaper autocannon, by the way. In the south, Sluggers messing up some Marines, and the Apothecary's down. Where's the Librarian? Can he save these guys? No, he's in retreat. These guys are done for. Oh, there we go. The Sorcerer saved them. Sorcerer saves them with the warp. And that was a big save. A big save there. Well played, the Chaos Sorcerer guy. Havoc's on the field. And there is your... Oh, Manticore goes down. Lehman Russ punches it. And there is your Stormlord with that Vulcan Mega Bolter. Huge amounts of Inferno PvP damage. Bad news for all infantry. It does have some las cannons as well for some anti-vehicle. It's typically not what it's good at. It does allow you to reinforce around it. You see all that infantry there kind of hugging the Stormlord. Flash kits, I think, are okay. Somehow they have two models. Meanwhile, back towards the mid, we have some force barrier shenanigans. Heretics fleeing from a pissed off Lord Commissar. Apothecaries back to their feet, level 3. Tons of damage again on the Terminators. Even Russ might chase them down here. Librarian is retreating, so maybe they can use... Oh, there's a teleport. Maybe the Librarian could use Gate of Infinity once they get back to base, but wasn't needed in the end. And now the Lehman Russ is in trouble. Chaos Terminator is used aggressively, teleporting on it with Power Fists. Down it goes, they got it. Well played. Chaos Sorcerer again. Lord Commissar is trying to go after them. Is that Catatrons? That was Catatrons knocking back all the CSM. Lord Commissar goes after those guys now. Getting some good specials, doing some really good work in there. Sluggers joining the fight now. Big push by the red team. Cyclone missile launcher up for the Terminators of Overtly. There is a Rocks dropped in by Schmuz. Looks like it's not going to hit much though. Hit some CSM. I think they were trying to catch those retreating CSM maybe. Didn't quite work out. I don't think it's an especially good nuke for catching retreating units, but they went for it. Power bashing by Up High in the south. They've really been focused on the south side, haven't they? I don't think I've seen that Lord General's units come in mid once. Whereas Schmuz has sent their sluggers mid a few times. Ogrin's hitting the field for Up High. Could see them become Bullgrins maybe. Power bashing Tyranids here. They went for a Strangled Thorn Cannon Carnifex. Awesome weapon. Good damage to everything and instantly suppresses infantry as well. Does fire quite slowly. There's some advanced healing. Those Terminators still haven't been reinforced. And now they're going to take outrageous amounts of damage from the Tyranids. They're going to die. Just ran into a wall of firepower, including a Ravener Alpha alone doing over 40 DPS plasma. Boom bolts going in there. The Terminators went down quick. Just took his eye off him, I guess, overtly there for a few seconds. Here comes the Chaos Sorcerer back. Well, Chaos Sorcerer himself is down, but they've got a bunch of units here shooting stuff. Plasma Kassakin doing their thing. And that Stranglethorn is so dangerous. Grenade going in from some Stormtroopers as well. They seem to be in sync, these two. Badzarely and Zorander. Carnifex is taking some risks staying up here now, unsupported. Carnifexes do have vehicle armor, so not massively threatened by those Chaos Space Marines, but the autocannon will do some good damage to them, as you can see here. They sent in their spore mines and stomp away. Autocannon in play now for Badzarely. Should have been faced a bit more centrally, maybe. It was mainly facing towards the south, it seemed. Oh, Las Cannon walked in by the Sorcerer, and then they try to shut it down. Badzarely with a Basilisk Flare might have saved the Carnifex, but there were more stuff coming in, and there's a Gate of Infinity for those Terminators, thanks to Overtly. Some good interplay there from both teams across the board. Nice to see. Blue team trying to get the mid back. Force barrier. Vials thrown in there too. What level is this Apothecary? Level 5. Their heal does get more powerful as they level up. And since they also get more energy, it does improve your advanced healing as well. But they may want to get improved medical equipment or something like that. Big fight in the mid. Up high. Finally comes mid with the Stormlord. Dark Flames thrown in there too. Something's dropping in. It's more Terminators for Overtly. Maybe these guys have a better time of it. Perhaps it's time to get Assault Cannon for those fellas. Help you deal with all this infantry. Lots of damage on the Terminators again. They're able to teleport away though. Apothecary grabbing the VP. CSM in trouble now. Just trying to create a little bit of space for the cat. Apothecary couldn't finish it. Now throws Terminators in with a little bit of advanced healing help. Foot of Hawk says no. Crunch. Yeah, Terminators are in the war here for Overtly. They do have some Bullwinds for up high. These guys with their slab shields and their, what are they, power mauls or something? Doing heavy melee damage with some good innate protection from the shields. And there you see, use your shield, which is suppressing these guys. They'll take a bunch of damage. Took a lot of damage there, those Bullwinds. Soaked it up. Terminator trying to get on the cap again. Here's the Apothecary. Where's the other Terminator? Oh, it's back there. Lob squad on the field now for SchmusOperator. And they are getting stuck in immediately. Everything's reinforcing, remember, off this Stormlord. If the Stormlord can survive it is. There's a rocket run. Did some decent work. Zorander pushing in now. Going really hard after the Stormlord, I think. Tyranids formation coming in. Corrosive shots from the Ravener Alpha can help take down the vehicle, of course. They have a Venom Brood in there. Oh, it went down. While I wasn't even watching it, the Stormlord went down. I was looking at the Tyranids over there, trying to figure out if I could see some Venom Brood. And the remains of the Stormlord just disappeared, I imagine, from the Tyranids formation towers coming up. Bullgrins on retreat path, killing some stuff. Can they cap this? Looks like blue team are going to cap this, but... Oh no, the Stormlord's alive. The Stormlord got teleported out. Getting very confused. Still no improved medical equipment for the Apothecary. I wonder if it was the Sorcerer. Yeah, it must have been. You can't Gate of Infinity a vehicle injured, you dumbass. Saved a couple of things now, this Sorcerer then, eh? Friendly neighborhood Sorcerer they got. Badzarely with a Bane Blade on the way. Up high with some Kassakin. Yeah, I was going to say, it didn't seem that low when I took my eyes off it. It did survive. Nice, some more advanced healing. Still got double termagants in play doing some work, eh? Blue team sitting on the mid with a 2-to-1 cap, but a lot of VPs to make up. More Kassakin now. This time for up high. These are Badzarely's Kassakin, still doing some good DPS to those Terminators with plasma guns. Those guys can swap their specialized weapon for free whenever they like. Just have to wait for it to happen. I think it may be a slightly slower swap than usual. I think Hero War Gear swaps in 20 seconds or 30 seconds. I think it's 20. Okay. Sorcerer died in the north. Couldn't warp himself away, I suppose. Stormlord is back. Try to keep an eye on it this time, Indrid. Bullgrims versus Knobs. And a foot of warp thrown in. And a rocket run. Awesome scenes. Stormlord is fucking out DPS into that Knob squad. And they had to run. Warp Vomit from the Weird Boy came a bit late. I guess they weren't in the fight at the start. Slugger's trying to pick up the slack, but they also get Stormlorded. Here's your Baneblade though. Baneblade is more of a generalist super heavy tank with a big mega battle cannon, demolisher for destruction, and las cannons and a bunch of heavy bolters too. It's got all the guns, don't need to bring any more. Red team taking the mid back. Awesome push. Some termagants probably being thrown away by Zorander there. They still have some though. Also have a zone probe with symbiosis that can heal up that Carnifex. 115 to 345. 2-to-1 now for red. And the blue team claw their way back into this. We have a Devastator Plasma Cannon on the way for Overtly. Cyclone. Aiming mostly for the Carnifex. I don't think any of those hit the Carnifex though. There's a Warp Vomit on Terminators, which Terminators really don't like. Uh-oh. And there's a Mega Rumbler. But the Mekboy dies trying to get it done. There's Terminators taking huge amounts of damage. Are they not moving? I think they teleported away, yes. Back towards that VP now. Overtly's on it. Sorcerer mixing it up in melee. Here comes a foot of warp blow. Ouch. Almost wiped those Marines. And they're probably level 4, are they? Yeah, they are. Pain. Lots of pain. 80 to 345. Knob squad are dealt with. Stormlord has been pretty awesome. Especially since it came back to the mid. Looters. Oh, are the looters staying infiltrated and not firing maybe or something? I don't think the Stormlord is close enough. Maybe they're asking for them to be moved up slightly. Slugger's trying to chop this Stormlord apart. Yeah, looters need to move up and get some shots on that thing maybe. Down to 66 VPs, the blue team. 2-to-1 against them. Great unclean one hitting the field for the Chaos Sorcerer. The Stormlord again was warped to safety there. That time I recognised what the hell happened. Oh, we have Cult of Speed active on the Baneblade. That's a really good buff for a Baneblade. Improves movement speed and fire rate of weapons, I believe. Now it's one off, and this thing is really far forward. Great unclean one. Heading into some combat. A greater demon that passively damages nearby enemies. Nasty abilities and powerful melee too. Taking huge amounts of damage. Those are lots of plasma and inferno PvP damage and stuff. And that guy is super heavy infantry. Are they going to go down right here, right now? They are. 6,000 hit points like that. And of course, they just teleported. They just warped the Stormlord. So they couldn't warp the Great Unclean One there. 22 to 3, 4, 5. 2 to 1. Blue team desperation mode now. There's an Imperial Abyss. Oh, a pretty bloody good Imperial Abyss as well. Imperial took out a bunch of infantry. One of the Carnifexes. Another Carnifex is very, very low. Awesome Imperial Abyss there from the Sorcerer. This Carnifex only had 20 hit points and gets away. Down to 8 VPs. 1 to 1 now. Nob Squad in there though. With their U-Jammers. Chaos Terminators had to teleport away. Blue bolts. Vials thrown in. They kept vials for the whole game then. Level 8 Apothecary here. Nob Squad and the Lord Commissar have found a Devastator plasma cannon, and it dies very quickly. Librarian tried to save them some fail of time. Still got those double marker Zinc CSM though, and they are doing huge damage to that Nob Squad. Stormlord is back here. Nob Squad have found it. 8 to 3, 4, 5. Can they get the Stormlord down? It was warped back very slightly since it warps you to the Sorcerer's location, and they weren't very far away. And down goes the Stormlord there. Nob Squad on the rampage. They still can't get rid of them. Overtly generous now with a Land Raider Redeemer on the way. Nob Squad are going to make it out. They did so much work there. Level 3. And it will get away. Red team have the mid. Oh, but blue team grabbed red team's natural. Some sneaky Kasuk in there from up high. Well played. Those guys do have the fast capping trait. I think they need to have their sergeant for it. 8 to 3, 2, 1. Baneblade trying to get back to relative safety behind the VP here. A Rocks is thrown in by Schmus. Some good hits on Overtly stuff. Their Marines went down. Got their Marines. Apothecary barely survives, now level 9. Almost level 10. Oh, they got the Baneblade. They got the Baneblade. The Bullgrins and the Chaos Terminators chased it through. And here is the Land Raider Redeemer. Blue team can now retreat back to this vehicle and reinforce and get some health regen. Massive deal for them. More Terminators coming in. They lost the Terminators as well. But there's always more. There's teleports and more in apparently. What is this? Oh, these are Bullgrins chasing a Carnifex all the way back. And now they run. That's good play though from up high. Look how it's distracted all that stuff. Sneak something to their VP, says Badzarely. More Carnifex for Zorander. Maybe Schmus could get some commandos up because they do have fast capping and they can infiltrate and things. Schmus says they're on it. Not sure what they're on it with. Oh, it's this. It's the Nob Squad going for it. They can just brute force a cap with Frenzy, maybe. Yeah, at least a decap. 2 to 1 for blue. Down to 8 victory points, and they are clinging on. They're digging in with their nails and they're holding on here. Another Havoc for the Sorcerer. They have Marco Zinch on this fella for Las Cannon for the Carnifexes, and now that Leman Russ. I don't know if they've seen the Leman Russ yet. It's got the Executioner. I don't know if these guys have, if Red Team have seen the Land Raider yet. Nob squad arrive at the VP. They're going to get a decap at least. What's this Apothecary doing? Oh, maybe they went to look at the VP there. They are level 10, so they are throwing out an incredibly powerful heal. 8 to 2, 6, 7. Bioplasma from the Carnifex thrown in. Huge pitched battle in the mid here. Tornado formation. Took a chunk out of the Land Raider, but there's nothing else to put pressure on it. And they didn't disrupt the las cannons either. Havoc's trying to set up again. Terminator's in trouble again. Land Raider's parking itself from that VP and daring anything to get it. Where was the other Havoc? Oh, Lehman Russ goes down. They have a Vanquisher from up high, that's why. 2 VPs with a double cap now. And that was, look at that. Apothecary getting a decap on that VP. Heroic decap. And now they can retreat back to the Land Raider, which has taken a fair chunk of damage here. Under half hit points. Getting some repairs from Guardsmen. Overtly just getting an army of plasma cannons up now. Terminator is reinforcing off the Land Raider. The second Havocs finally make it to the front line. They have a heavy bolter. I mean, they really are set up here, blue team. Here we see Catechins going for the natural victory point, but Bullgrins are guarding it. Level 3 Bullgrins as well. And Catechins can't mess with that. They could also slow them down with suppression and stuff. Look at this nuke bait over here. Do Red Team have any nukes? Badzarely almost has a rocket run available. They're getting some classic in now. Blue Team may have broken them here. But Badzarely is very depleted after losing that Lehman Russ. The 2 Carnifexes are not stomping back to base to heal for some reason. They're just hanging out here, getting symbiosis. I think it would have been much more efficient to get back to base. Up high says stay. Land Raider is now repaired. More knobs this time. Well, always for SchmusOperator. They're only Ork. What happened to the other one? Did they die getting the VP? Oh, they did, look. I thought they'd just decap it and run, but it looks like they stuck around and got themselves murderized. 2 to 178. Badzarely now with a heavy weapon squad on the way. Perhaps a las cannon. They need to get rid of this Land Raider. Or at least put pressure on it. Apothecary again. Goes for the natural victory point. Now the Librarian's on it. They couldn't get it done this time. But they're keeping them guessing. And power bashing Terminators here. Look at this. What is the Red Team going to do here? I think they need to open up with a nuke, but they still don't have one. Schmooze maybe rotating south a bit more fully here. Sluggers and Knobs maybe going for that natural victory point now. Surely we need a beamy death gun for that Mekboy. Don't have the resources for it right now. Still a 2 to 1 with 2 VPs remaining for the blue team. Flash gets the run, Overtly getting straight back onto that VP now, sprinting around with arm of the Apothecary. Terminator's doing the capping this time. Apothecary there to take over if needed, but there's the decap, there's a double now. Vials thrown in on the Catechins. There's going to do some friendly fire to those Terminators as well. The Terminator's getting very low actually. There's some advanced healing to help them, having to teleport away. Only one fella got away. And then they retreat again. And they can keep on harassing that because of this Land Raider giving awesome field presence. At least 3. I count 4 plasma cannons back there. 2 las cannons there getting shots. Also, they got Marco Zinch on both those Havocs. There's a rocket run. But it wasn't used very well. You got to use it as you push, I think. I don't think you can just throw in a naked, like a naked nuke. Like a naked kick in MMA. You can't just throw a kick with nothing behind it. And this didn't seem to work out for SchmusOperator. Mekboy's gone down. The Nob squad did get away though. Hard for them to approach it. Giving it a good old try. I wonder if it's worth Zorander going all the way around there to try and get behind those plasma cannons. They have double zone throats, which are a decent tool to have here. Still the double cap, and they're still getting decaps here. They just can't stop it. Blue team may have done this. They may have done this. That Land Raider really stabilized them. That is crazy the amount of stability it gave them. Is there a rock soon? Maybe. Orks, of course, the only faction that naturally generate their red resource. But not that quickly. Level 10 Sorcerer with Tome of Subjugation. Here comes a Lord Commissar and a bunch of catechins. And there's more plasma cannons back there. That's nasty. Well, they have it. Double cap at the end. Sorry about that little cut at the end. My doorbell went just as the game was ending, and maybe you heard it. Let's look at his heroes, shall we? Overtly with a level 10 Apothecary, decapping this VP all day long. The Sorcerer also level 10. Level 8 Lord General with Sniper Rifle actions. Level 7 Ravener Alpha with Regenerate. And that awesome weapon was so strong early on Zorander. Just ran into that brick wall end game. As did Badzarely's level 9 Lord Commissar. And we had a level 3 Mekboy. Did not have a beamy death gun at the end. Maybe some commandos would have helped out. And I think losing... I'm not sure what happened when they lost these... They must have got subjugated or something. That Nob squad to be lost like that. Well, there you have it. It was an awesome 2-0 victory. Great stuff. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time.